Alright, so this is a review on the album It's About Time. And yeah, it's about time I did a review on S.W.V's albums. Do you know what I mean? It's about time. Get me? You know what? I'm going to start doing more reviews on albums from artists from the era that I grew up in. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would love to continue doing more reviews on reg up to date, not up to date. I hate the word up to date, but current albums that are being released. I still will, but I'm still gonna travel back in time. Yeah. Now, the artwork to this, yeah. Anyway, let's just get back into the era this grew up to. This was released back in the 27th of October 1992. So I was officially 4. Yeah. No. Yeah. No, I wasn't. Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. My maths is a little off here. Doesn't matter how old I was. I was fucking young. Um, I wasn't fucking young. I was young. You see how words are crazy like that? Because fucking means sexual intercourse. Get it? But anyway. Yeah. So the artwork. There's obviously 3 of them. Get me? They got their legs out and now. Ooh. Nah, that's creepy. Don't ever do that shit. I'm gonna fucking edit that shit out. So there's 3 of them. So yeah, like they're sitting down on something. I don't know what they're really sitting down on. It looks like they're sitting down on tires or a can or something. They're sitting down on something. The backdrop, it looks like they're in some ends. I don't know what ends it is in America, but you can see the blocks just down the third. Um, yeah. So and the styling, which is interesting, you would think that they are like MCs, they're rappers. That's the styling that I'm getting, the vibe I'm getting from the artwork, from what they're wearing. But they're actually singers because SWV stands for Sisters with Voices. So that's very interesting that they've gone this route. So it just shows you that the evolution of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like integrating into R&B. Like anyway, so there is basically 15 tracks on this album. So there's Anything, I'm So Into You, Jay. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't even sing for shit, but that's my fucking tune, bruv. Get me? And then there's Right Here, which is the original version. Then there's Weak. Um, I get so weak and it needs I can. Are you dumb? They got hits, you know. And then there's You're Always on My Mind. That's another banger. Then there's Downtown, Coming Home, Give It to Me, Black Pudding, It's About Time, Think You're Gonna Like It, That's What I Need, S.W.V in the House, Weak, the acapella version, then Right Here, Human Nature Mix. Um, yeah, so like right off the bat, yeah, I just think in general with this album, like even if I didn't know what era this came out, yeah, just listening to the whole album from back to front, they're all hits. Every single album, every single track, minus the acapella, they went on my Utopia, well, mine as Raphael, Utopia playlist on Tidal. So it's like, and my sex playlist. But so it's like I like the fact that they were very expressive of what they were wanting and what they were going for and stuff like that. But it's like I simply like the simplicity of the lyrics. You know what I mean? When I say the simplicity, what I mean is it's something that you don't have to really decipher. Like, see, if it's like MCing and all stuff there, like rapping or whatever, then I don't mind deciphering the lyrics. Do you see what I mean? But when it's singing, you know what I mean? And they got like proper good vocals behind what they're singing about, and it only adds more value to it. And then the production, you know what I mean? Like we're talking about them dressing in a hip hop sort of way. It's the same thing. Like they're in a they're it's very important that they showcase that because there was a time when they tried to say hip hop was a fad, innit? So the fact that they're like, no, fuck this. Even the R&B ladies are dressed in this way. So this is our thing. This is our thing, and it's here to stay. So, and then even with the production, it does have that sort of hip hop feel to it. Not too much though, but you know what I mean. There's some elements to it, yeah. And the reason why I'm gonna say not, the reason why I say there are some elements to it, because if you compare R&B of this album, this R&B in this album per se, and compare it to R&B like in the 70s, they're different. They're different. They may be, even what they're singing about, they're slightly different. But because even with this, like Black Pudding, yeah, even like, in fact, I was talking about simplicity lyrics. Now, that technically wasn't simplistic lyrics that was simple. Because I'm a barologist, I found it simple lyrics. But if you don't understand it, like they were talking about sex, innit? You know what I mean? I was like, yo, is that how they're going down? Alright, cool. Anyway, so yeah, I like that. And obviously I like the Right Here Human Nature mix. I think that's probably the first song I've heard of them, or that I remember growing up, first hearing of them. Then afterwards, then I heard Weak, then I heard so many other tunes, you know what I mean? Like Anything, I'm So Into You. You know what I mean? Like I've been hearing these tunes. So yeah, man. As usual, I take one song in context, out of context, is what it is, and that is the title itself. Yeah, which is It's About Time. You know, sometimes in life you get yourself into a phase where you're just doing you're working, and it's like what's mad is like you're like, oh well, you're like, how do I put it? It's like you're in a position, yeah, where I don't know how to explain it. You're in a position where you're like, oh, when is it gonna? Do you know what I mean? When is this gonna happen? Or because sometimes, let's say you're working on your goals, yeah, or whatever goal it could be, any goal. You're wondering when are you gonna see the results of the work you're putting in? And the reality is, when it does happen, you're like, oh, it's about time. You know what I mean? Or even if it's got something completely nothing to do with you, then you're like, okay, it's about time. But let's focus on you, yeah. To get to make sure that you don't have that mindset of wondering when, because this is the mistake that most people make. Even I made this mistake before, but I've learned whenever I'm just in the process doing whatever I need to do, guess what happens? I put myself in a position where the results come exactly when it needs to, without me even realizing it. Like, because I'm not looking at it, and obviously, yeah, after when the results come, I'm like, it's about time, but not really, because I'm like, oh, cool. I'm so nonchalant, but I'm like, okay, I knew this was gonna happen someday, but it's come out, get me. But I gotta keep on doing what's necessary. You know what I mean? So, what I'll say is, click the link in the description box below, which says become a member of Thealkebulantrust. You get access to online courses such as healthcare. All right? Because in that course there, you will learn everything you need to know on exactly how healthcare actually works. But on top of that, how to manage your mind, which is very key here when it comes to being in the process of doing what you're doing to achieve your goals, and having a mindset of not trying to think it's about time. Because when it does happen and you say it's about time, you get complacent. When you get complacent, you know what I mean? Then things like, anyway, let's not get into that. Yeah, so back to the album, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, timeless, classic. Listen, the fact that I can put it on two of my playlists, that says it all. That literally says it all. So, yeah, big up S.W.V, big up, get me. I like how they presented their vocals on here. They really are system of voice. They really are system of voices. So look, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff there. The link to their album, however, is going to be in the description box below. Make sure you go stream that, go stream that, go stream that, go stream that, go stream that. And if you got anything else you want me to react to next, or do a review on, or do a video on, go ahead in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next. Yeah? All right then.